It is 7:01. Welcome to the Town Council meeting of November 17th. Thank you all for coming. We are going to have a very short business meeting before we get to the real business of tonight, which is to select our new mayor and vice mayor. But before we do that, we're going to do our meeting as we normally do and ask you all to silence your devices and do our roll call.
Thank you and good evening. Councilmember Mariko Sayak.
Here.
Councilmember Steve Leonardis.
Here.
Councilmember Rob Rennie.
Here.
Vice Mayor Barbara Spector.
Here.
Mayor and Chair Marcia Jensen.
Here. And as we begin every evening, we're going to begin with a young person in our community who's going to lead us in the pledge. And Ricky Torum, come on up here. He's practicing. That's good. You're gonna do that. Ricky's getting ready. He did a really good practice run, and now he's getting ready for this. Ricky's, if any of you follow these, Ricky's sister was at our council meeting a couple of meetings ago and did a fantastic job, and Ricky was watching, and so now he is ready to take the helm. Ricky is a kindergartner at Blossom Hill School, but he is a school veteran. He's been to preschool for a couple years. He loves reading. He loves sounding out words. He can't quite read yet, but he told me he was sure he could read Hop on Pop, and I think he can do it. He also is a great chess player. Ricky's been playing chess for a number of years, such that when I was talking to him, I said, "When did you learn to play chess?" "Well, I started, then I gave it up for a little while, now I'm back at it." Okay, that's great. He plays at a chess club. He can sometimes beat people that are bigger than him. When I asked him how he does, he says, well, he either draws, he wins, or he loses, and I think that's pretty fair. So, Ricky, we're really pleased to have you here. We've practiced the pledge, and he's got his big voice, and he knows where to hold the mic. So if you'd stand and join Ricky in our Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That is fantastic. I challenge the rest of you. Okay, now it's time to shake hands. That was a great job. Don't want him to leave without his candy. Thank you, Ricky. And Ricky, since I've been doing this, you may be the youngest pledge leader I've ever seen, and you did a fantastic job. Way to go. And now, as we traditionally do when we change mayors, we give an award to Steve Conway. It's time for the Certificate of Achievement in Financial Reporting. And the town, and this weighs like about 1 billion pounds. So here you go. It's very heavy. The town has won this award for many, many years, over a decade, I think. 15, that's not bad. It's a highest honor in government financial reporting. And Mr. Conway and our finance team have done, again, a great job. It's awarded by an independent panel of judges. And it's awarding for, hopefully, truth in reporting, transparency, but this year, if you paid attention to our budget, we had study sessions, we had questions, we had answers, and we had really, a great amount of information about our budget. I think the finance team this year did a particularly good job. So congratulations, Steve and finance team.
Thanks again. I always wanted, those of you who have seen this award being presented over the years, I always thank the record crowd I get every time that appreciates that the award was received, and the financial report that we prepared very diligently in the finance department. But once again, I'd like to thank the council for all their support and the management team. And we do try to, this information is available as a town document on our website. If you want to look at a town's annual report, it's much like a corporation's annual report that you could find on the web. So please, I invite anyone that, in that spirit of transparency, if you want it, curious about our town's finances, and I'd like to say we're a very financially strong and healthy town and have been for many years, but that information is available on the webpage under town documents. So thank you.
Thank you, Steve. We do have some items of business that we need to take care of tonight. The first is our consent calendar. We have 6 items on that consent calendar tonight. I think as many of you know, the consent calendar consists of items that are generally not controversial or can be hopefully approved in a summary motion, approving all of them at once in a single motion. That being said, if there's anyone on the council or anyone in the audience that wishes to pull any item from the consent calendar, you may do that, and I'll look to the council first to see if anyone on the council wants to pull an item. Seeing no one, anyone in the audience wish to pull an item from the consent calendar? Okay, again, seeing no one, do I have a motion on the consent calendar? Councilman Leonardis?
Thank you, Mayor Jensen. Move to approve the consent calendar.
Seconded by the Vice Mayor. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. And before we move to our main business, we always give members of the public who want to talk to us about something that is not on tonight's agenda the opportunity to do so, and we call that verbal communications. I have 2 cards for that tonight, so those people that want to speak have 3 minutes to do so. So my first card is from Kim Hastings.
Or a seizure. Police didn't know what was going on and they tasered them. They didn't know what the situation was, a drug situation, whatever, and they tasered them. And what if they went into some cardiac arrest or something to that nature? People are really concerned about that. Are the police CPR certified? All of them?
This is your opportunity to talk to us, then we'll ask you to get in touch with the staff members who can answer your questions after.
Also, when I was at downtown Farmers Market, the certs that were walking around Farmers Market, I was just kind of curious on who they were and so forth. And another thing got brought up too of what they really do and so forth, and disaster and helping out hazard and so forth. Are they CPR certified? I came across a gentleman there that was a retired physician, and he said he was not CPR certified. So maybe 1 or 2 people could be possibly CPR certified, in the cert group, something like that. Let's see. Oh, also, when I was coming off of 17 tonight, in the area where North 40 proposal is over there, there was quite a few cinder blocks in the road off of 17. I'm not sure who to contact, but it was really hazardous. I'm not sure who sees all that. Also on the agenda, going through the website and so forth, I had called in the other day, if they can possibly do some precise information in regards to all the open issues, if they're open, closed, and pending, and when they might be on the agenda again. It was just kind of all over the map. It was hard to decipher. And that's about it for now. Oh, and then also the farmer's market, when it's going to be back on the agenda. People were concerned about that the other day.
Okay.
If you can let us know. Okay.
Thank you. Why don't you give your contact information to Ms. Pravetti, and they've noted your questions, and the appropriate person will get back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. John Shepherdson.
Yes, Madam Mayor and Town Council. I was going to talk about the recent report regarding our policing options, but on second thought, I'm going to defer that for another day. But that said, I thought I'd take this opportunity to ask us all to reflect, and we all have different views on the politics and what is right and best, but that we take just 15 seconds to reflect on those people that encouraged us in our lives to participate in the political process. And I will start time now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shepherdson. Which brings us to the main portion of our agenda, which is the selection of our new mayor for the upcoming year and our vice mayor. Before I make the nomination, I just wanted to remind those of you in the audience, remind those of you on the council and on the staff, those things that we've accomplished this year. And what we've done is, first, we've put some very long-standing issues behind us. We have crafted a conditional use permit for Hillbrook School, which has the only traffic demand management condition in Los Gatos, which has resulted in a reduction in traffic in Hillbrook. We have approved a specific plan for the North 40. It's not an application, it's not an approval of an application, but it's a specific plan, and at least we have that behind us and we can move forward and look to an application and see what we're going to do. We have approved and gotten certified a housing element. It's difficult to get a housing element certified. We did that with the help of the citizens of Los Gatos who served on a housing element advisory board, worked through that very carefully and with the staff and got that approved and sent to Sacramento and was certified. It'll be good for 6 years, I hope, Ms. Pravetti. We have formed new partnerships in the community. I'm very pleased to see Diana Body sitting in the corner, along with other people from the schools and Safe Routes to Schools. We had our first joint session with the council in March. We had a Safe Routes to Schools summit. We passed a resolution which supported the schools in their efforts to address overcrowding. And I think we've had just a great amount of participation from the schools. We look forward to continuing that, and it's been a good start. We have taken a lot of initiatives for a greener Los Gatos. We have a styrofoam container ordinance. We have a plastic bag ordinance. We have green bike lanes. We have EV charging stations. We formed a bicycle and pedestrian advisory committee. We have a sustainability plan. Because we have a bicycle pedestrian advisory committee, we got grant funds, $40,000 to do a map for the town to get those in place. We have a water conservation ordinance. We have a revised heritage tree ordinance. We respected our youth. They came forward to us with a proposal to ban e-cigarettes. We did that. They did a comprehensive study on the reuse of the venue. We took that up at a council meeting, and if you haven't seen them, go watch one of the Youth Commission do a presentation. You will all be embarrassed or impressed. They're fantastic. It's hard to deny them anything. But they gave us a report. They did a complete study. They were thorough. They were fantastic, and we're pursuing the recommendations now. We did a lot of policy changes. We implemented a social media policy. We're looking at policy changes in land use. We have a plan development advisory committee that's going forward now and looking at changes. And those things that we have done, they've allowed us to look forward. So we've started now to take on things that are new and different that the town should take on. Taking on the question of parking and our downtown, appointed an ad hoc committee to look at our parking and infrastructure, to look at a possible garage. We've had 2 sessions on alcohol and entertainment. We're looking at formula retail, specialty retail, outdoor seating. We're looking at special events permits. We are always trying. We may not be successful, but we're always trying. We tried to address cut-through traffic. We tried to address Highway 85 changes. We've joined in a lawsuit, met over the summer with mayors, and issued a joint mayor letter to VTA, which resulted in a comprehensive study for Highway 85. So we are making efforts, and we are always going to be making efforts. In our spare time, we recruited and hired a new town manager. So thank you very much, Ms. Ravetti. So, Council, thank you so much. We've done a lot. We've worked hard. We've stayed late. We've, I think, accomplished a lot. And I look forward to working the next year with our new mayor, who I'm sure is going to carry on our momentum. And I am very now proud and happy to nominate Vice Mayor Barbara Spector to carry on our good work as our next mayor.
I second the nomination.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Jensen. I want to thank the council, but before I talk a little bit about next year, I want to focus on Marcia Jensen. She has been, over the past year and in her whole life, really, an extremely intelligent person, an extremely hardworking person. And so what she has done is she has led us over this past year with those brains, with that hard work, to allow this council to accomplish all of the things that it has. And so, Marcia Jensen, thank you. And now for next year. What I have found is that history brings perspective. And so over the past years, maybe even over the past decades, this town has been focusing on development. How dense is it? How intense is it? How high is it? How much traffic is it going to create? And the staff that has been at center front on all this has been the planning staff. But this year, things started to change. And I think they're going to change even more in the year and years to come. The staff that has become center stage for us has been Parks and Public Works, Mr. Morley and company. And it started with, earlier this year, with our ordinance because of the drought. And then it moved with the getting ready for the anticipated El Nino. And then we get into what's been happening in our town. We've been dealing with the crumbling streets in the Almond Grove. As the mayor said, we've been working on a parking structure for downtown. We've been working on safe bicycle lanes and other bicycle issues for the town. On a regional basis, so bring that from the town to a regional basis. We started on July 3rd of this year with totally deadlocked traffic in the town of Los Gatos. I'm talking about stopped, not moving slowly, but totally stopped as people who were frustrated on 17 got off on Lark or Winchester and then tried to come through town, and so that they could get on 17 at Santa Cruz Avenue and beat all those seconds or minutes that they think they were going to make up. That lasted from July 3rd to Labor Day. Now, Labor Day until now, we have another cut-through issue. What we find is that people commuting to work are getting off of 17 at Highway 9 and then taking Highway 9 towards Saratoga because they're going to be able to hopefully get a few more seconds or a few more minutes as they go from South County to North County. And in the meantime, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the Highway 9 University Santa Cruz area, it is totally, sometimes stopped at a maximum. It's moving very slowly. So then we get into what else is going to be happening on a regional basis, and that is there is a proposal to add lanes to 85. The extra lanes to 85 would come through the West Valley, and so we're paying attention to how is that going to impact Los Gatos rights, because we actually have a contract with VTA on that issue, and how's it going to affect the way of life for the other West Valley cities. That is an issue that we're dealing with right now, and we will continue to deal with. You're also going to hear about a proposed tax measure for November of 2016, which will include bringing BART to San Jose, but it may have, or it will have, other issues relating to transportation which have not yet been identified. But what we know is that this council has to deal with all those issues and more. And having worked with all of these folks, I will tell you that we will continue over the years to come and next year to work with you and for you. Thank you very much for allowing me to be your mayor. And now I have the honor of nominating the next vice mayor. This is a great, talented group, but one of our council members has had significant experience chairing and vice chairing commissions and committees in our town. And so at this point, I move as our vice mayor, Mariko Sayak.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Ms. Sayak. And would you like to say a few words?
Yes, may I have my discussion now?
You may.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Spector. And thank you, Council Members Jensen, Leonardis, and Rennie for your support. I'm super excited to be Vice Mayor and very honored to be working directly under Mayor Spector, who I've respected for many years as a planning commissioner, as well as a resident in town. As former Mayor Jensen has articulated very well, we have done a lot this year. And what she didn't exactly explain is that some of these issues that we have tackled have been challenging our town for the multiple decades. And we have faced the issues head on, and we will continue to face these many other issues that Mayor Spector has articulated head on, in good faith, and always in your best interests. So next year, I look forward to working with our super council and advancing the goals and priorities that we've collectively shared, and working on your behalf, because collectively, all of you, our residents, our schools, our businesses, and our very hardworking staff, you just make us an awesome community that I'm very proud to serve. And finally, I have to give a special shout out. There are some of my favorite people in this room, and they have to share me on a regular basis, even on nights. That is very, very difficult for some. So thank you.
So at this point on our agenda, we do what we call the swearing in. And so I am, the two individuals who are going to be administering the oath have just, amazingly, are just sitting in front. And so what's going to happen now is Ms. Sayak and I will go down to the front and stand in front of Ms. Pravetti, and I will ask to swear us in my husband, Ira Spector, and my very good friend, Superior Court Judge retired, Diane Northway.
Thank you for this honor. In the positions to which you have just been elected by your fellow council members, you assume the added responsibility of leadership in the town of Los Gatos. Your actions and decisions must be guided by a deep and abiding concern for the best interests of the public. To you this year comes the honor of service to your peers and the rewards to our community generated by your investment of time and talent.
Mayor-elect Spector and Vice Mayor Syak, please raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear that you will serve as mayor and vice mayor to the best of your ability and judgment, and that you will work hard to promote and safeguard the town of Los Gatos? The appropriate response is, I do. I hereby proclaim that Barbara Spector is officially installed as mayor of Los Gatos and Mariko Syak as its vice mayor. Congratulations.
It's going to be a good year when the mayor and vice mayor have coordinating outfits. All right, now, the last thing we have on our agenda is to give the former mayor a plaque. So if you will please come down here and join me. But I think somebody wants to usurp some of my time, Mr. Wasserman. Oh, maybe a lot of people want to usurp my time. All right, Ms. Jensen, it looks like you have a couple people who want to talk to you here. As I told Mr. Wasserman, just keep it short.
Thank you. Congratulations, Marcia. Fabulous job.
Way to follow instructions.
And on behalf of Assemblymember Evan Lowe, thank you for your term as mayor, and I present you with this commendation.
Thank you.
That's great. I wish everybody was like that succinct. All right, come back up here. You're not leaving yet. You haven't got the talent. So when Marcia Jensen was told that, at the end of this meeting tonight, she was going to get a plaque from the town. And I need to back up a little bit because I have already mentioned how smart Marcia is. I've already told you how hardworking she is. But what I didn't mention yet is that she's really strong. I mean, she works out just about every day of the week. And I think 2 of those days she works out with the trainer for the San Jose Sharks. And so she said, well, if you're going to give me a plaque, I want a big one. And so I thought, well, she's the mayor, and so she's strong, she's smart, she works hard. So if she wants a big, she is going to get it. Thank you, Sharky. No, I get to give her the plaque. You just got to carry it in. I can tell he and I are going to have a good relationship tonight. Can I give her plaque? Marcia Jensen, Mayor, November 19, 2014, November 17, 2015, in appreciation for your leadership.
Okay. I follow instructions too. Thank you very much. That was awesome.
And we have a reception outside to which you're all invited, except Sharky. And now the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.